Everybody, welcome to Facebook Live with Mel Rapozo. Today is Wednesday, February 12th, 2020. Golly, a month and a half already gone in 2020. Almost Christmas, everybody. Almost Christmas again. Thank you for joining us. Betos, Mr. XFL, Clayton, what's happening? Aloha, you guys. Thanks for joining us tonight on this nice and cool Wednesday evening. Hope you guys can hear me all right. Maines, what's up, buddy? How you doing, bro? I hope everybody's having a good evening. Hope everybody's having a good year. Like I said, it's already a month and a half into the new year. Valentine's Day coming up on Friday. Don't forget your Valentine's Day gifts, everybody. Tino, Christian, Dina, how you doing? Daniel, Tony, aloha, you guys. Hope everybody's having a good evening. Again, thank you for joining us. You know, we've been doing this for over a year now. Gosh, and every week, 7 o'clock on every Wednesday, and we appreciate you guys joining us. 808 Chucky Silence is online. Aloha, Chucky, and mahalo, mahalo, mahalo for what you did up at Kapahi. Stan, aloha, Kimberly, Thomas, how you guys doing? If you guys are not following Chucky Rapozo Sr., make sure you do that. This guy is doing some amazing work in the community, going out, basically checking out our facilities, and not just grumbling, but he's actually going out there with his own money and taking care of the issues for our keiki at our county parks and beaches. So mahalo, Chucky, appreciate it. Roland, what's up? We're going to have to figure out a way to get Chucky's expenses covered, and I'm hoping that the county will do it. But, hey, Brian, aloha. You know, what a task he's taken on. Justin, aloha, you guys, aloha. So if you haven't already, follow Chucky Rapozo Sr. Check him up on Facebook and follow him and follow what he's doing for the community. Keeping everybody abreast of the issues at our county parks, county beaches, and not just grumbling, but actually getting out there and doing the work. So mahalo, Chucky, appreciate what you do. A lot of people appreciate what you do, and keep up the good work. Hey, Shyla, Arnold, aloha. You know what you got to do, Chucky? You got to get yourself a PayPal account or a Venmo account, and so people can make some contributions to help offset the cost, because I know it ain't cheap, bro. I know it ain't cheap. What's up, Eric and Erica? Julie, aloha, you guys. Awesome. Again, thank you guys. Paul, Pancho, what's happening, bro? Sean Andrade, the Pop Warner Gang. The former Pop Warner Gang is online tonight. Pamela Andrade, how you doing? Yeah, we got a bunch of people, bunch of regulars, and I'm sorry if I miss you as you sign in. I'm checking the chat box as you all sign in, but sometimes I miss them, and I apologize. Hey, Pua, how you doing? There's Patsy on now. Patsy just made some delicious scones tonight. She tried it out a few nights ago, and over the weekend she made some scones for the first time, and it is delicious. I gotta tell you, beats the Starbucks scones by a mile. Wally and Karen, aloha, you guys. Justin, how you guys doing? Speaking of Starbucks, congratulations to Tyson Moises, last week's winner, $25 gift card winner. And this is how it works. You gotta like this broadcast. You gotta share it. Hey Andrew, what's up? Do a watch party. Kiala, aloha, you guys. And message me your email. Senator Kochi, oh, awesome. I'm glad you're on, Senator. Yeah, so like it, share it as a watch party. And you can do that right now and go ahead and message me in the message. In my messenger, not in the message box, but in the messenger. Send me your email. And then tonight, of all the people that send me your emails, Patsy will pick one. And you'll get a $25 Starbucks card emailed to you. Again, Tyson Moises won last week. Pamela Andrade, you're in Kona, awesome. You get. I'm sure you get on Starbucks over there too. So Rebecca and Stacy and Melanie, we loading them up tonight. So anyway, like, share and send me your email in my messenger, and we'll get you entered in for the $25 gift card from Starbucks. Well, it's been a busy week. This week, I'm sure for many of you, Pua, all the way from Oklahoma. Oh, I think we got to do that. We're gonna do a contest and find out who's the furthest away. We won't do that tonight. We'll do it for another night. Tonight is the like, share, and send me your email. But the furthest away, we've had people from other countries. We've had people, of course, all over the United States and throughout our state of Hawaii. So thank you guys all. Again, we've been doing this over a year. Every week we get new people, and we got a lot of regulars that are here faithfully every single week. Sean and Marlene, aloha. Kayla, Kathy, Princess. Aloha, aloha, aloha. And Doreen and Haoli Mao Wahine. Awesome. Yeah, so again, I apologize if I'm missing some of you guys. I am trying to keep up with the chat box as well as my notes. So, Marcos, aloha. And again, Senator Kochi, thank you. Thank you for joining us this week. Hopefully, there's some questions for the senator, and hopefully he can chime in and answer some of your questions as it relates to the state. I did want to cover a couple of things up front. Tax time is here. We're coming up on our income tax filing deadlines. Hey, Sean, just wanted to remind and caution everybody, this is the time where people go out and they steal your information and they use your Social Security number to create fraudulent tax returns or claim your tax benefits. Now, this is extremely dangerous because you will never know that the fraud has been committed. Hey, Mary and Sean, aloha, you guys. So just understand that, it's identity theft, as you all know. Hey, Dave, is rampant. It's not a matter of if you get victimized, it's when. Hey, Bob. So I just wanted to, because it's tax time, I wanted to highlight some of the things that you need to be aware of. And because you won't know until the IRS notifies you, you won't know. So be alert. If you get a letter from the IRS inquiring about a suspicious tax return that you did not file, obviously you're a victim. If you try to e-file your account or your tax return and they tell you they cannot because you have a duplicate Social Security number, that means you've been victimized. If you get a tax transcript in the mail that you didn't request, you've been a victim, or you are a victim. You get an IRS notice that an online account has been created in your name, you're a victim. You get an IRS notice that your existing online account has been accessed or disabled, and you didn't do it, you're a victim. Anna, Huali'i, and Larry, aloha, you guys. You also, if you get an IRS notice that you owe additional tax or a refund offset, or that you have had collection actions taken against you for a year that you didn't file a tax return, there's a good chance you're a victim. Angelina and Melissa, aloha. Or IRS records indicate that you received wages or other income from an employer that you didn't work for. These are all signs that you are a victim of tax ID theft, and it's a problem. It's widespread. So please be on the lookout. Keep your information protected. I mean, I can do a whole show on identity theft. Don't give out information. Hey, Millicent, do not give out your information to anybody. You all got those calls coming in. You all got these calls about your car warranties or your insurance policies or your water bills or your just first thing is, if you get a phone call from a number you don't recognize, don't answer it. Or do what I do, answer it and don't say a word. If it's a recording, just hang it up. But if it's a human, let them go. Waste their time. Don't say a word. And God, do not give out your personal information. Okay, that's just the number one rule. I don't care if they say it with the water department or KIUC, or it doesn't matter. You do not give out your information to anybody over the phone or on an email. Okay, if you stick to that, you should be okay. But because it's tax time and because millions and millions and millions of taxes are going to be filed, there's a good chance you might be victimized. So protect yourself. Hey, Kaimana, And if you want additional information on how you can protect yourself, this is my commercial for my business, Legal Shield. We protect you. We have an identity theft protection plan that is second to none. Yes, better than LifeLock. Just let me know. Send me a quick note in the message box or in my messenger, and I'll get you the information. Okay, you can protect you and your entire family. All right. Hey, Richard. All right. Okay, Limomi, aloha. And I'm glad we got the senator on, because the top issue that I have tonight, or the first issue I want to talk about, Sharon, is about this new marijuana bill that just passed one of the Senate committees. The Commerce, Consumer Protection, and Health Committee unanimously passed. Hang on here. If you do receive those notices, do not call the number on the letter. Please call the numbers to report it that is listed on the official IRS Gov and let me know. Do not give any personal information. That's it, Dave. Officer Bankwell, thank you very much. Aonani, aloha. So remember when we went through this whole discussion a few years ago when the legislature was considering the passage of dispensaries and medical marijuana dispensaries, and you all know I fully support medical marijuana. I think it works, and I think it's valuable. But one of the things we were told, as far as I remember, hey, Damien, was that it was not going to include edibles. And for various reasons, the legislature, they ordered a study to be done, but there were many concerns from the legislators about the dangers of edibles and the fact that once you start bringing edibles into the system, into the formula, then you open up the problems of children being lured to these things, or people that don't know it's marijuana and are eating it because they think it's a gummy bear or a lollipop or an ice cream or whatever the case may be. So on Tuesday, that committee, the Commerce, Consumer Protection, and Health Committee, recommended that this bill be passed. Hey, Steph. And what it does, basically, it authorizes the sale of edible medical marijuana products in Hawaii. Now, the frustration I have is that while I didn't support the medical marijuana dispensaries, I absolutely didn't support edibles. And it's frustrating to see the legislature, this committee, Commerce, Consumer Protection, and Health Committee, recommend that this bill get passed. Okay, I'm sorry, I'm reading the chat box as well. So basically what this does, it'll authorize the licensed retail dispensaries to sell edible cannabis products. Yes, they're going to have the markings and the security markings and all safety, blah, blah, blah. At the end of the day, you're still going to get an infusion of edible marijuana products on the street. It's going to happen. It's going to happen. Department of Health is submitted testimony that it's overwhelming concern with any authorization of edibles because they're concerned about the patient safety. And they also worry about the accidental poisonings of children, and noted that there have been a record of over intoxications of adults who don't realize the effects from edible marijuana because the feeling or the high comes at a much delayed rate than if you smoke it. So that's and again, Senator Kochi's on. I will say that none of our delegation was on that committee that voted. It was Senators Baker, Chang, Nishihara, Ruderman, Thielen, and Wakai. Senator Favela was excused, but those were the senators that supported it. Hey, Genoa, how are you doing? So there's some frustration on my part because I think part of the sale of this legalizing medical marijuana dispensaries in Hawaii, hey, Sean, was that absolutely was not going to include edibles because the legislature recognized that the edible marijuana products would cause a hazard or a health issue for our kids in our state. I did go over some articles, Science News in March. Hey, Don, this is what they said. They said, after Colorado voted to legalize marijuana in 2012, doctors in Denver noticed a surprising trend. Most people who visited the emergency room for cannabis-related complaints had smoked the drug, but those who ingested the drug using edibles were more likely to suffer more severe effects, including psychiatric symptoms and heart problems. New York Times, several months ago, marijuana edibles may pose special risks. Edibles induced a disproportionate number of pot-related medical crises, and an analysis of emergency room admissions in Colorado found. What's up, Kevin and Jill? Aloha, kaleo. Miho. And just in January, just a month ago, hey, Len and Ann, aloha, Healthline wrote an article, and they said both young and older adults are at a greater risk of overconsumption and accidental ingestion of cannabis edibles. Unlike inhaled cannabis, ingested cannabis must be digested first before being absorbed. This delay can lead inexperienced users to inadvertently overconsume because they might not feel the intended effects immediately. This was the same issues, the same concerns that was brought up when this bill first went through the legislature when it got passed regarding the medical marijuana dispensaries. Hey, Sandy and Billy, aloha. So it's been a year or two, and edibles probably digest differently. Well, when you smoke the medical marijuana, it doesn't digest. It goes straight into your system. So the effects of it, you feel it right away. With edibles, you don't. So people will eat it, and they will eat it because they're not getting the high because it has to be digested first. And these guys are getting over intoxicated with the marijuana and ending up in ERs across the country. So that is the issue. And for me, I think the frustration is plain and simple. We were sold the bill and it passed. Hey, like I said back then, if it passes, it passes. But we also were sold on the what I felt was the assurance that edibles were not going to be included. And now this legislature is looking at legalizing edibles. Now, I'm not going to debate the issue because I'm sure many of you out there support it, and many of you can go pull an article on the internet that says that it's not harmful, that it's safer than smoking. Again, the problem is when you have a gummy bear laying on the kitchen table or in your bedroom or your bathroom, and if you have a child in the house, or if you have a cookie or a brownie, and there's no way of knowing if the wrapper has already been opened, that it includes a drug, and you'll eat it like you eat candy, and you're going to end up in the hospital, and you're going to end up with some serious medical issues. So again, Senator, if you're on, I'd love to have you chime in. I know texting sucks, but that's the best we can do right now with this format until we can come up with a better format. I'm hoping that this issue gets really looked at the legislature, because when we're talking about legalizing edibles, you're changing the whole dynamic now. It's no longer, again, and the argument will be, well, some people don't, some of the older medical patients don't want to smoke it. Well, there's oils, there's pills, there's many other ways to provide the benefits of medical marijuana besides edibles. And I think the risk we take by getting that into the stream for our kids, I think is a bad direction to take. Hey, Kurt, what's up? So again, a little bit of frustration here, but I can only hope that our legislature will make the right decision, the wise decision. We don't need no more avenues or pathways for our kids to be exposed to drugs, especially if it's in an ice cream bar or in a candy or a wrap, like a gummy bear. I think that's one of the most common. Hey, Kauai, Kaumuana. What is currently allowed to be sold? The marijuana and the oils. So, Kevin, you can grow your marijuana. You can buy it in a dispensary, but it's marijuana. And you can also buy the oils, which is what a good friend of mine's wife, who had lung cancer, utilized the oils. Obviously, she couldn't smoke it because she had lung cancer. And the oils did helped her remarkably. And she didn't have to go buy candies and gummy bears and gum and all these other things that, again, the state was so concerned about vaping for kids. They're talking of banning the Kapa gummy bears. It is not legal, Chucky. It is not legal. And what store is selling marijuana gummy bears? I'll go visit them tomorrow. That's not legal. It's not legal. Carlos and Wayne, aloha. So that's kind of where we're at. Again, I just don't want to see another way to infuse these things to our kids. That's all it is. And again, when we talked about the vaping, they're talking about banning all of these flavored. That's where I think the double standard comes in. Wayne Maines, Maynard Williams, and Sammy. That's where the double standard come in, right? Because okay, the vaping is no good because vaping causes lung issues. So we know that. There's no dispute. Michael Drake. So the state felt, we got to ban the flavored vapes because it's designed to lure the children. But the same legislature is talking about making edibles. What's the difference? Marijuana is a drug. It's a Schedule I drug. It's a drug that affects, and look at the studies of the ER visits, the psychiatric issues, the digestive issues with these edibles. Is medical marijuana restricted to home use or is allowed in public? Home use. You get a medical marijuana card, you smoke it at your house and not outside. It's still illegal to smoke out in the public. Although we see them all the time. Most of the guys you see them smoking dope in the parks anywhere, they don't have a card, they're just smoking dope. Napa. So again, you want to stop the vaping, the fruity vaping flavors because it entices the kids, but we're going to go ahead and legalize edible marijuana, which is in the form of these treats that would lure kids. So, again, I think the state looks at revenue, looks at the potential revenue, and it fogs or clouds the mind as far as, you just told the state that we cannot have these flavored vaping cartridges sold because it's targeting the kids, but we'll go ahead and do it for the edibles. So that's the double standard that I see, and I'm hoping that this legislature will take that into account and kind of remember the same argument for vaping, and in the way of enticing kids to do a behavior that you don't want them to do. So anyway, hey, feel free to chime in, man. Like I said, this is a two-way street. I want to hear your thoughts. Anthony, what's happening? Okay, so before we get on to the next topic, again, $25 gift card, Starbucks tonight, emailed to your email box. You need to like this, you need to share it as a watch party, and you need to send me your email in the messenger, and Patsy will pick a random email tonight, and we'll send you off that gift card, okay? Alrighty, this one is really interesting, and I really want to have this discussion. Senator Favela, Kurt, friend of mine, good guy, at the legislature, he wants an audit of the current highway beautification fees that are placed in your vehicle registrations to see how they're spending the money. We all across the state, we're having the problem of abandoned and derelict vehicles. You already had that discussion here about the cost that is taking. The average cost to tow an abandoned or derelict vehicle here in Kauai is over $1,000. You're spending close to $500,000 in dealing with abandoned and derelict vehicles. My solution was a simple one: have the county have a couple of tow trucks, hire a couple local brothers, and they can go out and take care of these things. Get a storage place and charge the people that want to get their cars back, and the ones that don't, you take them off to the junkyard. But you do it all internally. Right now, our towing companies are having a field day because of the cost. Where do I send my email address? If you have Messenger, send it to my Messenger. Just send it in my Messenger account. If you don't have Messenger, then just go ahead and put it in the message box, and we'll use it that way as well. Kalehua, aloha. So anyway, Senator Favela wants to do an audit. I fully support that because I'm going to read this because this came right out of the article. And I'm not going to get into the subject of abandoned vehicles. We all know, and it's getting worse, and it's taking longer and longer for our county to remove these vehicles. I think a lot of it has to do with resources, money, and just the time it takes to process one of these things to be towed. So Senator Favela wants to do a stopgap measure. He wants to put some monies in the account right now. Starting July 1, he wants to charge a special tax that will go into a fund that will pay these recycling centers to take your car. In other words, you take your car, they pay you. A lot of places on the mainland have that. If you go up to the mainland, hey, sweetie, and you see on the telephone poles, you see signs, we pay for your junk car, $50 or $100. They come and get it. They take it to the recycling center, and the recycling center pays the tow operator for hauling the junk car to their place. So, but he wants to start that fee on July 1, but he wants to do an audit. I agree. County should invest in tow trucks. Private companies charge the county at a ridiculous rate. I'll do it. Yeah, I mean, absolutely, Mike. I tell you, and I got some really ugly messages and calls from tow operators. But the bottom line is this: we cannot continue on that trend. Kiala ona. There's got the stopgap is the stopgap. The stopgap is you either put out a contract. If the tow companies don't want to take it because the fee is too low, then we must do it in-house. We must do it in-house. If we can do it cheaper, we can do it quicker. Senator Favela is saying, hey, let's audit the existing beautification fee at the state level, because right now in the kitty, there's $7.7 million that is not being spent to address the problem. $7.7 million. So he's saying, wait a minute. Let's get an audit to find out where, when we pay our registration, there's a beautification fee or tax, where's all that money going? And why isn't that money being used to deal with the problem? So he wants an audit to take care of that. That's fine. But in addition, he wants to start a fee, and it's basically a, let me see what he wants. It's going to be for all new vehicles purchased. They will pay an additional fee that'll go into this special fund, the stopgap fund, that is going to address the problem right away. Of course, the Automotive Dealers Association, the Hawaii Automotive Dealers Association opposed the bill because it unfairly double taxes our car buyers who already pay up to $10 a year for a highway beautification fee in their registration. And a bulk of that's supposed to go ahead and take care of the proper disposal of abandoned vehicles. That's not happening. So he wants an audit. I agree. Do the audit. Do the audit before you even think about raising another tax or fee. Malia, aloha. That is my issue. Go ahead and run the audit. Find out, make sure that we are using the funds that we're collecting for the right reasons. See, I don't want, they take that beautification fees and then they're using that for reasons other than cleaning up our abandoned vehicle problem. And that's what Senator Favela's concern, and that's what the Hawaii Automotive Dealers Association's concern is, because you have over $7.5 million sitting in that account that's not being spent to address the problem. So anyway, let's see. Favela says the city and state should audit agencies that oversee the current highway beautification fee. And again, I agree, until we can fix it and we can fix the problem, which is the towing contracts with the city, and they have to be more transparent. This is at least some kind of solution until then. And then when we have a good towing mechanism, it's going to work. He's saying it's going to be perfect. I don't know about being perfect, but it's definitely going to be better. So my position is, AJ, what's up? And Darnell, is do the audit. Do the audit. And I understand what he's trying. He wants to clean up the mess that's there right now. and while I support that, I cannot see why or how we would charge an additional tax to clean up a problem that our existing tax is supposed to pay for. AJ and what's up? So anyway, that one we will be following. Because I think that many of us share that concern. These cars are popping up in Koke'e. These cars are popping up. The Kauai Police Department just did a sweep under the Wailua Bridge, and the chief has promised to expand that to more public areas, which is a good thing. I commend the chief for that, because it's definitely a problem that's everywhere. And again, when you're paying over $1,000 on average to tow a vehicle, use the money that's taxed already. So audit, please. Yes, Kevin, that's my message to Senator Favela and the legislature is go ahead and run your audit. Find out where the money is going. And when you determine that the money collected is insufficient, if that is in fact what you find, then I would suggest and I would support an additional an increase to the existing beautification fee. But the audit has to be done. And also, as Senator Favela said, or I believe the HADA said, the county's got to audit their towing contracts. See, it's not fair if the towing contracts and the system is broken. It's not fair that you tack on another tax, so the taxpayers got to go pay for a broken system that's not going to be fixed. I mean, you got to fix that system. So again, listen, I've been in government for a long, long time, and I know for a fact that if the county was to, even if they brought in one truck, and you brought in one driver and one part-time driver, and you know, you would not be paying $1,000 a toll on average. It's just not going to happen. You're going to pay a guy's salary. You're going to pay for the truck. Hey, Charlene, you're going to pay for the maintenance of the truck. You're going to pay for the gasoline for the truck. But your driver's on salary. In the case of an emergency where the tow truck driver's got to get called out to go and pick up an accident vehicle or an evidence vehicle, whatever the case may be, yeah, there'll be some overtime involved. But I can tell you, it's not going to be $1,000 a car. We're not going to spend $500,000 to run a county tow operation. Remember now, that would include a storage lot. So as we tow these abandoned vehicles, as we tow these vehicles that's been involved in an accident, when those people go back to claim their car, they pay the towing fee, they pay a storage fee, and that just circulates right back into the fund. It goes right back into the operation. Bethany, aloha. So you would enjoy some revenue coming back. Right now, there ain't no revenue. Money all go out to the tune of over $1,000 a toll on average. So yeah, some's less and some's more, but we have absolutely no return on the investment. Kaniela, aloha. If we ran the operation and we're charging for the vehicle reclaims when those guys come back to get their car, or for the scrap metal value for the vehicles that are not reclaimed, and you take it to the scrap dealer and you sell it for whatever the scrap metal is worth, you have a revenue stream that's coming in to offset what's going out. But even without that, even if you just had a county-run towing operation, there's no way, hey Tisha, there's no way in my calculation, knowing the numbers, that we would be paying $500,000 a year. So again, audit, you know, I'm a very strong proponent of audits, and it's called a performance audit. It's not an investigative audit. You're looking at, hey, where are these funds being used the way it's supposed to be used? And if not, why? And making sure that these funds that are collected every year from the state and from the county, making sure that these funds are being used what they're supposed to be used for, which is beautification, which is getting rid of abandoned vehicles, getting rid of derelict vehicles from public roads and streets and neighborhoods. And you know, you guys know the problems that we're having. Who is the one that approves of these funds that is collected and distributed? The state has a beautification fee that's built into into your registration, and that's where it's supposed to be used for beautification, for vehicle, getting rid of the vehicles. Mike, aloha. So anyway, what else you guys like to talk about? I only have a couple more things left. I was hoping you guys would be, there has to be a name. I don't know the name of the guy. I don't know. I can find out. I mean, it's a state, you know, it's the state, the Department of Motor Vehicles, I guess. But that, I mean, the issue is, I'm not sure. I'm not sure who, but it doesn't matter who the person is. It's a position. It's who oversees the funds, who oversees the program. I think XFL. Sam Tabalno, what's up? XFL. You like talking about the XFL? June Jones did a hell of a show with Houston this last weekend. Brought the run and shoot to the XFL. It's a fun league to watch. I actually enjoyed it. The last run of the XFL, it wasn't that good. Hey Keith, it was more of a WWE type of football league. Well, now it's real. It's legitimate. Again, it's you got some names in the league. You got top coaches in the league. What's up, Joy? And I really enjoyed it, and it's fun to watch. I like the rules. Their officials seem much, and it's so transparent because you get to watch the review officials and hear them, and watch them review the tape, the replay, and make their decisions. Jordan Ta'amu, amazing performance last week as well. Pro City Boy, doing well up in the XFL. I gotta believe that many of these XFL players will be back in the NFL at some point. I think they're really showing their talents. I gotta say, I was so impressed with many of these guys. A lot of them are unknowns. A lot of them are, they may be in practice squad guys or backups in the NFL, never got game time, and they're really showing their talent. So, hey Patricia, aloha. So awesome. All right. So, enough of the XFL. Has there ever been an audit of the bottle bill, the fees deposited we pay for each bottle? Yes, there has. You can find, if you go to the Honolulu City Auditor or the State Auditor Office, I think it's called the Office of the Auditor on Oahu, and they have copies of all the audits that they've done. It's quite interesting what you would find. And again, an audit is only as good as the recommendations that are made and making sure that the entities put in place the recommendations. So, but yeah, Larry, when you get a chance, go to the State Office of the Auditor. You'll be amazed at the audits that have been done and the recommendations. The interesting part is, has the state implemented the recommendations? And I think that is, in any audit, I think you know this, Larry, from your past, your history, your experience. Any audit, if you don't implement the recommendations, then you may as well not do the audit. Tyson, welcome, bro, and congratulations. Tyson was our last week's winner. So again, like, share, shoot me your email address. I see them coming in. We will pick a winner tonight once we go offline. And it's so funny because I post a winner, congratulations, so-and-so, and everybody's wondering, wow, what did he win? What did he win? What did he win? It's a $25 gift card from Starbucks. Nothing big. I'm on a limited budget. So, hey, Robin, but I just want to show my appreciation of you guys showing up every single week. Not watching Chicago Med right now, maybe DBR, maybe you're watching it and watching this, whatever the case may be. I appreciate you guys here every week. So it's a very small token of our appreciation, Patsy and mine, for you guys joining us every single week. Now that the state park like Waimea Canyon collecting money, buku monies from parking, that should improve the facilities, toilets, lookouts, and roads. Yes, Sam, that is what's supposed to happen, and I am hopeful that it will happen. I see no reason why it shouldn't, but that's, that will be, we got to wait to see. You see a lot of work going on right now. Yes, thanks again. Never against more caramel macchiatos. Yeah, that's Patsy's favorite drink, the caramel macchiato. Why doesn't the county collect monies from places like Wailua Falls? We are not allowed, again, we are limited to the taxes and fees that we can charge. We can charge real property tax. We get to charge a fuel tax. We get to charge our registration. That's all, when you pay your vehicle registration goes to the state, and then we get the monies, a portion of it. So that is why I was so disturbed last week when we talked about the state wanting to take our real property tax, or a portion, or have taxing authority on our real property taxes for the Department of Education. Not that I'm against teachers getting raises, I'll touch on that again. But our real property taxes are really the only revenue source the counties have. So we don't have that authority. I wish we could. But hopefully at some point we will get that from the state. March 21st, 2020, Kekua Aloha Foundation 5th Annual Keiki Fun Day and 3rd Annual Burnout Suicide Fire Knife Competition. You available to co-MC. Michael Drake, of course. I'll be honored. Your daughter's a gem, and she does great work. I'll be honored to do it. But you're going to have to send me an email or text because I know I'm going to forget. Lakers are in overtime, but I'm also tuning into the... Wow, Keith. Oh, my gosh. Jeez, I feel important. We like 1 dozen Patsy's baked goods for our prize. Look so ono. Oh, okay. Maybe. Any news after Coconut Wireless on a public gun range yet? No, I have not heard anything, Shyla. I know that was a topic in the campaign. I haven't heard anything, but you'd have to check with Derek on that. I know he was very outspoken on that as one of his priorities, so you'd have to check with him. I think we definitely need one. I don't know how I don't know how the county will be able to afford that. That is what I told my constituents, or when I ran for mayor, I was quite honest and said that, for the county to embark on a public shooting range would be difficult because of finances. Also, a public-private partnership may work, but I think when you look at the grand scheme of things, when you look at the priorities and the necessities for our county, as much as a gun advocate and a gun lover I am, I think when you look at what needs to be done, it'd be very difficult to prioritize that, although I definitely feel the discussions. Hey, Margaret, Janice, Dwayne, Laurie, and Cindy, thank you. Definitely something I think that the discussion should be had, and I think it should be working with a private entity that could do it, because I think when you look at the cost of a range, it's pretty significant. I overheard something about a range next to the skeet shooting range. I hope so, Eric. I haven't heard anything. I know there's a couple of private property ranges that people are going out and shooting and sighting in rifles. As far as the public, a county range, I haven't heard a thing. What is going on? What is going on at Keala? I'm not sure what that is. I don't know what Keala. What is going on at Keala? Not sure. Maybe that's a typo, BJ. I'm not sure what you mean. I will second that. Patsy's goodies for the prize. Maybe we'll do that. Maybe next week we'll get to next week's schedule real soon. Arnold and Lena Ala, aloha, you guys. So anyway, where were we? I forget where we was. Anyway, check with Derek on the mayor on the shooting range discussion. I think she meant Kealia. Wait. Gun range across from rehab center. I don't know. Again, Sam, I'm not sure. I don't want to say anything that I'm not positive of. I haven't heard anything. So, what's going on in Kealia as far as the projects? If you're talking about the housing projects, I heard they're moving forward. I'm not sure how that's going to work out with traffic, but again, I have not taken a look at that specifically, unfortunately. I get messages all week, and when I run into people on the street, they'll say, "Hey, Mel, can you talk about this? Can you talk about that?" I try to do the research, and I try to put out the best information that I can. Oh, Kealia Beach? Well, I'm not sure what's going on at Kealia Beach. I'm not sure. Bridge building. Okay, sorry, because it's not hard when we're texting, because I don't know if that text was meant for a comment I made prior, or so. I apologize, everybody. I really apologize. So I get asked about a lot of things throughout the week, and we try to put what I think is we can cover here that I have at least some basic knowledge of, and we got a lot of complaints as well. Trust me. And this show wasn't intended to just spew out the complaints. Issues that arise, and people want to know what I believe, my opinion. I'm definitely going to voice my opinion, but I don't want this to be just a ranting session of issues, because there's no shortage of issues. So when we look at traffic, you know, you guys know it's traffic right now is out of control. It's so frustrating. And, you know, yesterday and today, the state was cleaning the shoulder, cutting the trees um, near the road as you come up to Kili Beach. They're building some kind of bridge. Yeah, I'm not sure. I don't know what bridge is that. I'd have to go check. Apologize. Rumors say roundabout going in. I hear that rumor. You know, Cuyo Highway is a state highway. But Mailihuna Road is a county road. I'm not sure. I know for the years that I was on the council, we never had a discussion about a roundabout. I know that some people are strong advocates for roundabouts. I don't think a roundabout on the main highway, unless it's a very large roundabout, will work. But again, I'm not the engineer. Hey, Kauai Rose. But I don't know. And that's something we got to wait and see. I've heard a lot of people talk about that. I've driven past Kili. I guess I got to go back down and take a look as far as a bridge. I'm not sure what bridge or overpass or whatever. It looks like a bypass over. Okay, awesome. I'll go take a look, and I will definitely follow up on that for our next broadcast. I do know that and a lot of people have been complaining about Kaapuni Road. Well, the county sent out the press release today that they are going to start on Wednesday, February 12th, which is today, through Friday the 21st. They're going to work on Kaapuni Road from Kauai to Olahena. They're going to reconstruct that road, so it's going to be completely redone, which means between 8 and 4, they're going to be only one lane. So remember, please do not get mad at those people. We complain about the roads. They're going to start doing the road. So they're going to be one lane that's going to be open, just one lane. So, and this is from February 12th to the 21st. So not a very long time, but it'll be frustrating. So plan your trips accordingly. Plan for the delay. And you're going to be so appreciative when they're done with it. So Public Works will be on there again from today until the 21st, from 8 to 4 every day, depending on weather, of course. But they will be there to reconstruct Kaapuni Road. That's going to be a huge improvement. So mahalo to the county. These roads are being done, and that's what we wanted, and that's what's happening. You know, obviously, you cannot do all the roads at the same time. Kolo Road is one that is in dire need, but there are many other roads. So let's be appreciative that Kaapuni is being done, and hopefully that'll be done quick. Temporary bridge being built at Kilia. Oh, hold on here. Bethan, aloha. The roundabout is not a rumor. Larry Dill told the council. Okay, yeah, so I must have missed that one. So, yeah, if they're going to do a roundabout, they're probably building a temporary bridge to accommodate the traffic while they install that roundabout. Plastic bottles and metal scrap recycling program is great because people get monies. Why the county doesn't implement an incentive recycling program for abandoned vehicles? That is what, Sam, that's what Senator Favela is looking at, and I think that is the direction the state is going to go, and I support that. But again, I don't support raising any taxes or fees now until we do the audit, and they can do an expedited audit. Really, where did the money go? That's not a difficult task. When you're looking at an audit, you know how many cars you sold, you know how much money you collected on that fee. Where did the money go? How much of that money went to towing cars or beautification projects? And I think that's what needs to be done. And if the result of the audit is that it wasn't spent the way it's supposed to be spent, then you're not going to raise taxes and fees. No, you're going to hold somebody accountable and make sure those funds that are being collected currently is being used for what needs to be. Judson and Lisa, aloha. Temporary bridge being built in Kilia. Okay, people can bring dragging junk cars and get paid 100, 200. Yeah, Sam, absolutely. Like I said earlier, in the mainland, $50, $100. I've seen signs up to $150, and they come get your car and they pay you cash. You know what? In those communities, there are no abandoned vehicles. See, the tow trucks, rather than wait by a phone for a car accident or having to gouge the counties with these outrageous fees, they can make their money by picking up abandoned cars. So anyway, Favela's on track. Let's see, temporary bridge being built and they will repair the current bridge, is what I heard. Also heard they're going to put a big roundabout. Yeah, well, we're going to find out. It sounds like that's happening. Lonnie, what's happening? Terry, are you going to run again for any position in government? Shyla, I'm right. Honestly, I'll be honest with you. I am totally reassessing what my plans are. I told you guys you guys are going to hear it first. I am debating right now. I'm debating whether or not I want to run again for the county council. I don't know if I may want to run for a state seat, or just stay out of politics. I don't know. And when Patsy and I decide what the plans are, we definitely will let you guys know. A couple of months ago, I had made the decision that I was going to run for county council, but right now, I'm not sure where I'm better utilized. If you can understand that. But you guys will be the first to know. Chucky, if the convention hall makes $1 million a year, who gets to spend it, and where does the money go? That goes to the parks, to the convention hall fund, and it's supposed to be used for the convention hall. Honey in DC, thank you for sharing, everyone. Mahalo, Mel, for providing a venue. I think that's all we got. We got this show. There's not many other opportunities that we can share and have a two-way dialogue. And I wish it was a better format, but right now this is the best we got. And all rental cars pay highway tax. Where does that money go? All of that money goes to the state. All of that money goes to the state, Pamela, and that's where the state divvies up the money. Whatever you do, we will support. Thanks, Terry. Vaughn, what's up? Dave, Senator. Hey, Senator Coach is on the broadcast. Well, he was earlier. All right. Okay, moving on. For those of you on the west side wondering what the heck is going on in Hanapepe, what's going on with the bridges? What's going on with the swinging bridge? The Hanapepe Economic Alliance is hosting a talk story session Wednesday. Oops, sorry, that's today. Oh, I'm sorry. That was tonight. I screwed up. But anyway, the mayor was out there, and he probably still out there at the Hanapepe. I believe it's at the Recreation Center. And they're talking about the timeline for the Kamuli Highway Bridge, the 1911 bridge, the single-lane bridge on Hanapepe Road, and a pedestrian bridge. There's also going to talk about the restrooms in Hanapepe Town Park, the possibility of adding a restroom near the east end of town, using the town park as parking for Friday art night, how the first 6 months of the revocable permit, blah, blah, blah. I apologize. That was tonight. I should have had this on last week. I just found out about this. That's why I put it on my notes. And I was so quick to put it in my notes, I didn't realize that the date was today. So sorry. Hey, JJ. Sorry, everybody. That is probably going on right now. They're probably done by now. It's almost 8 o'clock. Speaking of community meetings, we talked about the drug nuisance abatement program that I currently run at the prosecutor's office, and we set up community meetings throughout the island. We didn't set up a meeting for Kapa'a because we didn't have a location, and we didn't set up a location in Hanapepe because we didn't have the neighborhood center wasn't available. Desiree and Dave Sosner, aloha. So anyway, next week Tuesday we're going to be in Anahola. Next week Wednesday, Kilauea Neighborhood Center. Next week Thursday, Hanalei Neighborhood Center. The following Tuesday, Waimea Neighborhood Center. The following Wednesday, the 26th, in Koloa Neighborhood Center, and the 27th in Lihui Neighborhood Center. Okay. I just got word today that the Sheraton Coconut Beach has offered their hotel, their meeting room for the 24th next week. 2 Mondays from now, February 24th. They will. They are going to go ahead and allow us to use that place for a meeting. So we're going to add in a meeting on February 24th at the Sheraton Coconut Beach in Kapa'a. So that'll make 7 meetings across the island. And this is what's going to, we're going to discuss. We talked about this last week. And this is important, people. That's why I asked you guys to share this, because, we are having a rough time with drugs. And I think the roundabout at Kili isn't too smart with the bike path right next to it. Well, I don't know how they're going to do it. Addison, what's up? But this meetings, hey, Maria, my classmate Maria, we are gonna come out. The police department is gonna talk about their awesome new Crime Stoppers app. If you don't have it, show up at the meeting. We'll download it right there at the meeting and teach you guys how to use it. It's amazing. It's high tech. You punch in the tip, and it goes straight to where it needs to go. You are anonymous completely. You'll get a code. That's how you'll be known by when you go collect your reward. Absolutely amazing. This is going to help tremendously. They're going to talk about neighborhood watch programs, how to set up an effective neighborhood watch program in your area. And Kekaha, we have a bunch of neighborhoods, a couple, that are doing really, really well. Yes, Addison, thank you. And we'll talk about internet crime and how you can protect yourself from the scams that are going on right now. This is going to be a great dialogue, an opportunity for you to ask questions. We'll have members of Vice there. We'll have, of course, the prosecutor's office. We'll have Life's Choices. Teresa Koki's office is going to be there. And I'll be there for the drug nuisance abatement program. Drug nuisance abatement program, real quickly, is where neighbors can now report or turn in, I won't say snitch, but if you suspect a drug or a house in your neighborhood that's involved with drug dealing, why wouldn't you want to let me know? And then we do the investigation and we work to get rid of that nuisance. We'll be talking about all of that at these meetings. And that's why it's important that the community shows up, because you will have an opportunity to have that one-on-one interaction with the people that are actually doing the work. And if you know me, I take things very serious, and I'm honored and blessed to have this position as a drug nuisance abatement investigator. And that's what we're doing. We're reaching out now, asking you guys to work with us to make this happen. Not just drugs. Crime Stoppers app lets you report anything, and they'll explain all of that, and it'll be a really, really informative meeting with an opportunity to ask the questions that you need to get answers for. So 24th is we're gonna post a new flyer. I gotta do that flyer again. We don't have a budget, so I gotta really do these things myself. But we have added Kapa'a on February 24th at the Sheraton Coconut Beach. Thank you to the management of Sheraton Coco, completely free. They're even going to provide water stations and all of that free. That amazing. But that's how committed they are to the community. And all we got to do is show up. We just got to show up and be informed, and that's what we're going to do. And I'm trying to I got to get in touch with Chief Kamakele. I want to videotape one of these sessions so we can put it on a wiki so people can understand that, hey, the police cannot do it alone. Prosecutor cannot do it alone. Hang on. Thirsty. But together we can. Can you email the info at Kauai? I'll send it out. I will, Addison, I will. Can you message me after the live? I have some questions. Absolutely. I will do that. Okay, so please. Now, because of this schedule, I probably will not be holding a Facebook Live for the next 2 weeks. I know, boo, but I don't know where I'll be able to fit it in. I don't want to. I think we're gonna take a break. We may use the time slot to plug in a Facebook Live at the function. That's probably what we'll do on the Wednesday. So I just appreciate you guys understanding. We want to get this thing done. We want to get this thing off the ground. Hey, Danny. Aloha, Danny. And Koa. Oh, boy, all these guys coming on. I want to get this thing off the ground. I want to get these relationships built with the community so we can move forward and collectively try to minimize the damages that these drugs are doing. Okay, and then finally, for those of you that have kids or grandkids or great-grandkids in high school, Patsy belongs to the Zonta Club, the Women's Zonta Club. Every year they give away what? Oh, sorry, Kauai Filipino Women's Council. Yikes, second boo-boo tonight. The Kauai Filipino Women's Club, they give away scholarships every year to high school students. It's $1,000 scholarship, and they have one for Kauai High School, one for Kapa High School, one for Waimea High School, and another $1,000 scholarship for all the private schools. So if you know someone that is in high school, it's a senior in high school, and that is looking to go to college, they can see their counselors at their school. All the counselors are aware. Hey, Sean, what's happening, my man? And or let me know you're interested. Patsy will email you the application and you can get it in. Okay? Kauai Filipino Women's Club, $1,000. Now, if you guys have not had children that went to college, trust me, $1,000 is a lot. It's a huge, huge help. So tell your kids, grandkids, whatever, whoever is in the senior in high school wants a $1,000 scholarship, go see their counselors or let me know, and we will email you the application as soon as possible. Okay, yes, I agree. Together as a community, we can get these drugs and criminal activities out of here. Absolutely, Desiree. It was my solution. Comment regarding abandoned vehicles. Like Nell stated, there are places in the mainland where people are already bringing in junk vehicles for money. Dennis Izaki, Amy Inouye. Ladies and gentlemen, it's 8 o'clock. We started at 7. We ended at 8. You guys can always watch this back on my page, or you can go to my YouTube channel, Mel Rapozo. That's what I recommend. Just go to YouTube, type in Mel Rapozo in the search window, get to my page, and all of these videos are there. And you can, this will be up probably in the next 15, 20 minutes. And you can watch it again for those of you that came on late. But I'm going to share this broadcast right now. Send me your email. I'm going to hold it open for another 5 minutes, and then we're going to randomly pick one email out of all of you that sent me your emails in Messenger, and you'll get a $25 Starbucks gift card emailed to you tonight so you can enjoy it tomorrow morning. I think I got it all. I have. So on behalf of Patsy and myself, we want to thank you again for joining us. Again, next week we won't have a Facebook Live in this format. We'll probably broadcast live from our community meetings next week, Wednesday, from Kilauea. So with that, thank you so much, guys. God bless. You guys have a great night. Love you all. Take care.